What's up everyone, I'm Dan and thanks to the amazing team at Grindstone for the review code. I'll be looking at Jotunnslayer Hordes of Hel on the Nintendo Switch 2. If you've been following the channel for a while, then you'll know just how much I love games like Vampire Survivor. I've covered a fair few of them now, and Jotunnslayer Hordes of Hel is the latest entry in the ever-growing survivor-like genre, but rather than simply copying the formula, it introduces enough unique ideas to stand out from the crowd. Combining Norse mythology, satisfying progression systems, challenging objectives, and addictive gameplay, this is a game that repeatedly hooks you into saying just one more run before suddenly realizing hours have disappeared. The premise is straightforward. You take control of a fallen hero as they attempt to prove themselves worthy of becoming the legendary Jotunnslayer. The story itself takes a backseat to the gameplay, but the Norse mythology theme helps give the game a strong identity. Throughout your journey, you'll battle through different realms, encounter mythical enemies, and receive blessings from gods such as Odin and Loki. It may not be a narrative-heavy experience, but the setting is engaging enough to keep things interesting. At its core, Jotunnslayer is a survivor-like game where your character automatically attacks enemies while you focus on movement and survival. If you're familiar with the genre, you'll immediately feel at home. What helps elevate the experience is the flexibility offered throughout its gameplay systems. Players can choose heroes whose abilities suit their preferred playstyle, and as you progress, you'll unlock a growing roster of characters, weapons, and skins. Each hero feels distinct, encouraging experimentation rather than sticking with a single favourite. One of the game's biggest strengths is the way it handles progression during a run. Every time you level up, you're faced with meaningful decisions. Do you strengthen your hero's abilities, or do you accept blessings from the gods? These godly powers can dramatically alter your build and create powerful synergies when combined correctly. Choosing skills from the gods becomes just as important as upgrading your character, and successful runs often depend on finding the right balance between the two. This depth creates a surprising amount of strategy beneath the chaotic action. It's easy to think that stacking defensive abilities will make you unstoppable, but poor build choices can quickly leave you overwhelmed by the endless hordes. Learning what works and what doesn't is part of the fun, and experimenting with different combinations is incredibly rewarding. Another area where Jotunnslayer separates itself from many of its competitors is its objective-based structure. Rather than simply surviving for a set amount of time, random objectives appear throughout each run, giving players additional goals to pursue. These objectives help keep the action feeling fresh and provide more meaningful decision making as you balance exploration, combat, and progression. The ability to increase difficulty levels for greater rewards also adds a welcome layer of risk versus reward. The progression system outside of battle is equally satisfying. Gold earned during runs can be invested into permanent upgrades through the skill shop, allowing heroes to become stronger over time. Unlike some survivor-like games that can feel repetitive or grind heavy, Jotunnslayer constantly rewards your efforts with meaningful unlocks. New heroes, weapons, gods, upgrades, skins, difficulty modifiers, and game modes arrive at a steady pace. It always feels like you're working towards something worthwhile rather than simply repeating the same content. The inclusion of both single player and local co-op is another major plus. Playing solo provides a more focused experience where you can carefully plan your builds and navigate enemy hordes. Local co-op meanwhile embraces pure chaos. The screen quickly fills with enemies, explosions, abilities, and frantic movement, creating some genuinely entertaining moments with friends. It can get overwhelming at times, but that's part of the appeal. Visually, the game impresses. The 3D environments, character models, and spell effects all look great, especially for a game in this genre. The various realms each have their own unique atmosphere, and enemy designs helping prevent visual fatigue during long play sessions. There is occasionally a slightly washed out appearance in certain areas, but overall the presentation is strong. The audio design deserves praise as well. Music and sound effects are consistently excellent, helping amplify the intensity of battle while also reinforcing the game's mythological setting. Combined with the satisfying visual feedback of watching thousands of enemies explode across the screen, combat remains engaging for dozens of hours. Accessibility is another area where the developers deserve recognition. Players can adjust screen shake intensity, flash effects, interface elements, and take advantage of several colorblind options. It's a robust collection of settings that allows players to tailor the experience to their personal preferences. Performance is generally solid, although not entirely flawless. During the most intense encounters where hundreds of enemies and countless particle effects fill the screen, some stuttering and frame rate dips can occur. Fortunately, these moments are relatively infrequent and rarely impact the overall enjoyment. While technical hiccups do exist, they never become severe enough to overshadow the quality of the gameplay. What impressed me most about Jotunnslayer is just how addictive it is. It's the type of game you load up intending to play for 5 or 10 minutes before realizing you've completed multiple runs and unlocked several new upgrades. The fast-paced combat, rewarding progression, meaningful customization, and constant stream of unlockables create a gameplay loop that's incredibly difficult to put down. Jotunnslayer successfully builds upon the survivor-like formula while introducing enough new ideas to feel fresh. Between its diverse heroes, strategic build crafting, enjoyable progression systems, local co-op support, and excellent presentation, it stands as one of the most entertaining entries in the genre. Despite some occasional performance issues, this is an easy recommendation for fans of survivor-like games and anyone looking for a highly addictive action experience. If you enjoy battling overwhelming odds while constantly unlocking new content, Jotunnslayer is absolutely worth your time, and I'm about to dive into another run. Jotunnslayer Hordes of Hel is out now on the eShop for the Nintendo Switch 2, priced at $17.99 in the UK and $19.99 in the US. Have you played this one yet? And what do you think about it? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks again to Grindstone for the review code. Thanks to you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed the review, and until next time.
Gag till mots vid kuldens brott.